It's about time.
Hello, people. We're back. Greetings, Stanley, Lord of Uzarlak, my dog Stepanze kaputt, Hazy Boy Lana, and who else is in chat? Grimwolf. Hello, Ralph. Let's get this party started, shall we? Oh, I can't see.
Prost.
Cheers.
Skål.
Za zdrowie.
Slaughter.
Okay, you won. You beat me by one.
It's bound to be one for the French.
Yeah.
Surrender?
I don't know. Could be. It would fit them.
Close enough.
Oh, can I see now again? Oh, I see again. So, greetings everyone. Apologies for last week's sudden departure of mine, but I had a blackout at home.
That's all right. I think I went to sleep. It was great.
Yeah, it's something new for the week. So I've heard you are now doing many more works because there have been projects shifted. Okay, moving on.
Well, let's put it. People will find out. I think we're gonna talk about it on the weekender. But we always take like a week or so off at Christmas. So the week we're taking off, which is starting from the 21st, so the actual Christmas week, where there wouldn't be any of the normal stuff going out, is going to be a Frostgrave themed week.
Ooh, nice.
A couple of Let's Plays, a couple of interviews with Joe, some painting tutorials, well, the bits and bobs, because it's Christmas, it's wintry, it's snowy, it's great. So I've been painting I think the phrase is fuck ton. It started off me, Warren, and Benjamino are all painting warbands, and then Warren decided to move house. So me and Ben painted warbands, and I was going to paint Warren's warband, and then John has been pulled away from painting half the terrain because I've already painted the other half. So now they're posting that down to me to paint as well. This all has to be done by this Friday. Because then we have to film it because it all needs to be edited next week because the week after is fucking Christmas. 2 fucking weeks.
Yes.
2 weeks. Fuck my hat.
This year has slightly more than 3 weeks in it. And oh, I forgot something totally. Since YouTube is now pushing
adverts
on
fuck you,
videos
YouTube, you
that
cunts.
are totally
Kid-friendly.
not suitable, advertiser friendly. You fucking cunts, you moron, dickheads.
Won't matter.
Shit-stains.
They only scan like the first 30 seconds to see if you swear, and we didn't in that time. So they'll be dropping loads of stuff in here for friendly advertisers. Like I don't know who the fuck advertises on things.
I can't remember. So
who are the people who make the date rape drug? Who makes Rohypnol? There's bound to be a big company.
I will need to make a 30-second
Pfizer.
Video of me cursing all the words I know and then putting that in front of the video every time. Just to...
that is true. It goes. Some who was it? Lawners just said it's still March. It is March the 249th, based on a webcomic. Yeah. I read.
Well, what I read yesterday or a few days before was these year's months: January, February, March, lockdown, December.
I've seen that. Yeah, it's very similar to how they want to redetermine the calendar here in Northern Ireland, where it goes January, February, March. little political fucking satire there just for Steve in the audience.
Yes. So, being political and speaking of French losing wars, we start with a bold action project.
Yeah, start with the Germans.
German hair in winter clothing.
No, he says that, but most of them are wearing helmets, so I can't see any of their hair. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But Big Hagar, in and of itself, the fact that he's named after Hagar the Horrible is great. But this is the what the project system's all about. Somebody going, I'm going to start doing an army for a game. Here I am, starting from scratch and going through it. So
here he has some blisters, some dice, a dice bag.
He's literally got the I would like to play bolt action starter set, which is a base, probably a 900 point army, maybe 700 point army. Who knows? The vehicles there that I can see, but plenty of support options. Armies of Germany book, dice and bag that he needs to get kicked in with, and then Lord of the Things.
Yeah, a nice meme reference.
SS Rohirrim. That's fucking amazing. Yeah. I'll be stealing that anyway. So he's been getting in there, and it's a full and frank exchange of views. Let's put it like that, up to and including things like commenting on the build, because I know obviously Steve's a big fan of building plastics. So he does go into that and going, yeah, very low cleanup on these metals, bit more cleanup, and so on and so forth. Get a comprehensive breakdown of what he's painting them with as well. I really like what he's doing for the winter. Even so far as to splashing the white on to make them look like they're snowy dap. They're trudging through the snow.
Yeah, they look like early winter soldiers, not the exhausted, beaten and
not
battered.
the unshaved, eating their own toes because they've got no boots and no food type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really nice little breakdown of how to go about doing that, and I like the effect of it. Weirdly, because I'm doing Frostgrave, I have little wizards and shit with snowy bases on them, and I was looking at it when I painted them because it's the world's fastest paint job. I literally went, I've got a day to knock out a fucking warband, and I was looking at them afterwards going, but really they should be damp, from trudging through the snow. And I was thinking about putting washes on at the bottom end to show that their clothes and boots and stuff had become waterlogged from tramping around the snow. And then I thought, fuck that. They're not mine. They're going to live in the studio once the things are filmed. So they went back in the bag, so to speak. But yeah, I like the effect he's done. That's probably not the most realistic in the world. I mean, yes, snow clings to you. Would it be that shiny white? Probably not. But you look at them and you look at them and you go, they're trudging through snow.
Yeah, especially if you remember that those are seen from a mile away.
Yeah. I mean, they're roughly seen from that sort of. If you're looking at Pandancer's screen, I mean, that's roughly a 28mm figure on my monitor in front of me. For people with those massive, huge screen TVs and stuff, then
it's similar to mine.
Yeah. So that's the distance you're going to be looking at them from, and they look fucking great. So I just really like it. It's because many years ago I started painting a German SS snow army for bolt action and never got around to finishing it. And I'm looking at it going, oh, if I'd painted mine, it would look like that by now. Oh, how imagine that'd be great.
How would you know that then those are yours and not somebody else's?
Oh, well, that is true. Anyway, so yeah, he unfortunately ran into the project system where it fights him to put it in. But even things like that, where he's going, scoring up the bases to make it easier to attach stuff, so they key in and then basing it. So last upload was December 1st, which was technically the day after the Lockdown Leisure League finished, and he did start saying it was that. So I hope he hasn't gone, I'm not going to win a voucher, fuck it. I'm hoping it's just December's got in the way, and Hagar the Horrible will be back with some more for the Germans.
Yes, that would be nice. It would be a terrible waste of talent to not show anymore.
The Leicester Lockdown. Something like that, certainly. Something like that.
Leisure Suit Larry Lockdown.
Best type. Best type. I'm surprised somebody from Wayland haven't come back and gone, why did we buy these people again? They keep referencing, a 1990s porn PC game.
It's not porn. It's adult entertainment.
Well, yeah.
Let's face it, there are so big pixels on screen, if that turns you on, you are a weirdo.
There were a lot of weirdos at that time.
Granted, I'm not telling what computer programs ran on my C64 and one on Chrome with weird animations and hitting the F7 key just the right rhythm to have some picture changes. Let's put it that way.
Oh, days of dial-up internet, huh?
That was way before dial-up internet, at least in the broader sense.
Holy shit, there's Dr. Faust's painting clinic.
What?
Did you know he was lurking? I didn't know he was lurking there.
Guten Abend, Herr Doktor. Yes, he's always telling me I'm wrong when I'm saying good evening or good morning in his streams, because when he's on Twitch, it's usually 5 a.m. in the morning.
While you're here, I have a question which I think came up months ago when we were talking balls and drinking. Well, I'm having talking balls and drinking. I swear, do you have an ASMR channel as well? Because my two things are hobby and ASMR, and I'm positive it got thrown up at one point, and I'm looking at the guy going, that looks like Dr. Faust. I'm just wondering.
Dr. Faust.
You don't have to answer that. Anyway, hello. Hi.
The next project is from Elisar 2590.
Yeah, this is
On the road to Austerlitz.
6mm Napoleonic, so the Battle of Austerlitz.
Very small.
They are very small, but the battle itself was quite big. And for people playing along at home, they called it the Battle of Three Emperors, because you had Napoleon, obviously Emperor of France, and then you had the Russian Emperor and the Prussian Emperor there as well. So
this background makes me dizzy.
Oh, it's a great background. There's nothing wrong with that. Look at that. But it's because it's a PNG. If you click on it, that goes away, and you just get a black. Yeah, there you go. So.
Weird.
Hey, yes. You know, it is, but it shows the beauty of 6mm when you're
it
knocking the stuff out there.
Larger batteries on smaller tables.
This is true, or massive battles on the same size tables, depending on how you're feeling.
But what's especially true, it's very much easier to store because you can get away with much more in this small space, I guess, if you're not going completely lunatic.
Yeah. You know, that's the great thing about 6mm, and I do like his painting technique for 6mm.
This detail,
the detail he puts in is redonkulous. What can I say?
Yeah, 6mm. This is.
Yeah. And again, like our previous one, this is a great little project log where you get things like the Osprey plates or whatever research he's managed to find them from, because that clearly is not an Osprey book. That's some form of Cyrillic Czech. I don't know. Anyway, wherever that book's come from. So, you know, he's dug out the plates to do the research to get it in there. Even things from computer games, because that is clearly a model from a computer game.
What are you talking? This book?
No, yeah. Well, there's that one. Then the one directly below it looks like it's been rendered.
This could be Polish, because that's not Cyrillic.
Yeah, well, it's not Cyrillic lettering, but it has that when it's written in Latin letters. Anyway, I digress. Really nice, fascinating little project, especially if people are unaware of Austerlitz, where Prussia and Russia got, I think the phrase is, ruffle stomped by the French. It was one where Napoleon gets a really bad time because of Waterloo. And well, the French in general, you know, it's Waterloo, he did stupid things. At Austerlitz, he fucked massively the Allied forces to the tune of, you know, he had like a tenth of the casualties that he inflicted, despite being outnumbered. So you know.
This doesn't look like dead cavalry to me, but simple blob of lead. But I'm guessing once there's paint on it, this will look like dead cavalry.
You're just seeing an awful lot of refraction or whatever it happens to be. That's the great thing about shiny metal.
That's a lot of mini hairs on his his box with his address on, which is readable.
Don't worry, anybody who wants to send him anything will have to pay like £70 to do it because he lives in Australia. So feel free to ship him bricks though, and see if he gets hammered on import tax. People in the
write coffee on the tax form. Then
no, because they get very annoyed by food and drink and animals and stuff being sent. So you have to just fill it with bricks and then say it contains
PlayStation 5 on it.
Yeah.
Maybe it gets stolen on the way.
Oh, the amount of people selling boxes and photographs of PlayStation 5s on eBay, because apparently people on eBay use bots to automatically buy things.
Yeah, weird.
Which is fucking hilarious.
And then they suddenly end up with a lot of empty boxes.
Empty boxes. One bloke has sold a photograph of the new PlayStation 5 for $500, and he's 2 more to sell. And I've seen that, and I've gone, that's great. And it says, read the description. All you're buying is a freshly printed photograph of the PS5 with this.
He actually did a printout and is not just sending a
JPEG. You're not even getting the box, or the JPEG. Yeah, no, you're getting something for your money. But to be fair, he's still charging like $9 postage for an A4 photograph.
Because
printed out.
At 500 quid a piece, you need to ensure that it arrives safely. Oh God, people are stupid. Did we mention that before?
Always stupid. But yeah, so anybody who's seen any of the work from our fine feathered friend LSR will know he will hammer through these in short order. So I imagine before the year is out, Austerlitz will be complete and he'll be looking for something else to attack. So
yeah, then if he completes this before the end of the year, I think we've got a candidate for another gold button.
A golden butt ding, as they call it in France, possibly. I don't know.
Next up is Rick Abbott 41.
Like Ichabod, but different.
They have come for me, but who?
Well,
in
this case, he's doing Konrad Kurtz's the Night Stalkers, Night Lords, Night something. So something. Yeah, at the moment he's browsing. Artel are about to release upon the world Konrad Kurtzy type models.
Yeah,
which I imagine will be subsumed. But there's a nice sort of build and paint. As you go back into time, we have been here before, or certainly I have, because back in August.
Not so long ago.
Yeah.
The 2nd of November when he started building his Terminators.
Yeah, so.
Oh yes, I remember the weird heads. The helmets with the total unpractical wings.
Bat wings. Especially, imagine it's particularly bad for the people with jump packs who launch themselves forward and then the wings pull their heads back, breaking their necks.
And
so many Chaos Jump Troopers are just killed by fucking air pressure, wind resistance.
This one on the lower right. At first, I thought this was some kind of a what do you call it?
Bow.
Yes. Just paint that pink and make it a Hello Kitty.
Daisy Duck or Minnie Mouse with a big bastard bow in its hair. That makes sense.
Wouldn't be far from chaos to do such things. A bit, not enough light, I'd say.
Oh, there's plenty of light. Look, you can see it there on that white bit of card at the back. It's casting shadows. I don't have a problem with that. They're Night Lords. They're supposed to be spooky and in the shadows. Well, that's just quality photographing. People like you don't know how to do quality photographs. You keep doing these things where people can see what's going on. You need to set the mood.
In the shadows, I get, but spooky, no.
So I think that's one of the Forge World Cataphract Terminator, or not Terminators, Dreadnoughts. Because there's a painted one of it, which I think might be further down. I'm not sure. Scroll down a bit. Yeah, scroll down a bit. You'll find a painted one of it, which is weird because it means
Dreadnought of eBay.
Down 2 more. It's actually fully painted. There we go.
That's a biggie.
Well, it was close. It is Forge World. The arms, he got himself the Dreadnought. The arms proved just as expensive from Forge World. Oh my god! So he's added the bits to the thing with the bits and the stuff and the doo-doo-doos. It's nice to see that GW aren't, disappointing me with their pricing.
Well, can you tell it's GW if it's Forge World?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Technically, it's another company, isn't it?
Technically, yeah. Still all GW.
Yeah.
At one stage, they were, I don't know what they currently trade under, but at one stage, they traded under the term Total Global Domination. And that was the umbrella company for Games Workshop, Forge World, Black Library, and their other pursuits.
Again, total world domination?
Total global domination. So it's not like they hit it. Like Hitler and Mein Kampf. They've told people what they're going to do, and yet people still look surprised when they do it. No.
Yeah, let's just hope they don't take it that far.
Well, it's only a matter of time.
When suddenly the heresy comes.
It's nice.
I think I need some more new action buttons. I have nothing to push.
Oh dear.
Let's just go with this one.
Oh, shut up, you cunt!
We hadn't had that in a long time. Next up then, Horatio. Raiding the dust wastes. So we have been here with him at his last endeavor, and now he's done some.
It's getting criminally close to actually being finished.
It's scary, isn't it?
Criminal. I mean, it's so fucking close. It's almost there.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember where we'd left off with it because the last time I'd said it
with a great painting on on the backside.
Yeah. But it's the fact that it's just there going, I'm going to do it, just waiting on transfer. It's any day now. It's just coming, just waiting for it. Now, he has subscribed to me on YouTube, which confused me because I didn't realize he knew where I was on YouTube to find me. But I demand, if he's going to subscribe to me, then he needs to finish that miniature, or I'll delete my channel. So that's how that works.
You can't delete your channel. You need to promote your channel for all the fugu.
Fugu. There was more fugu on my old channel that I deleted.
Speaking of fugu, that thing nearly caused a heart attack. Because I upped my pledge from the £1 to the next level up. Was it 38 for the housekeeping?
Could be. Sure. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I go, what's your biggest pledge? Give me that. And then I don't look at what the pledges below that are. They don't interest me.
And I totally forgot that they would collect just before the month ends.
Oh, nice.
Which then set some events in motion, and I was a bit annoyed. But the pledge cleared. All's fine. I got my invoice. Waiting now.
Well, did you seen the message today?
With people in the EU, please complete the survey.
Fill your shit in before it all goes sideways, because he's going to try and push them out before it all goes sideways.
Yeah. People seem to forget that if Britain leaves the EU without anything, there will be dire consequences.
Yeah, well, fuck only knows at this stage. We're sitting here. The most recent we've seen was they've worked out with the EU what they're going to do for Northern Ireland now. But yesterday they were also going, by the way, you're probably going to have to pay import taxes as well, as if you were part of the EU. Going, oh, delightful. Oh, excellent. This is going to go swimmingly, I feel. Swimmingly.
Maybe Germany should send some troops to Ireland and occupy the complete isle.
That could work.
In a sort of NATO white helmet security coup.
Sure. I'm all for that. It's been a while.
And then we will make Europe great again.
Send some of the ones who can translate all the Irish mythology, German textbooks. There's a shocking amount of German language only Irish mythology books out there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Probably complete.
There was a bloke in the 1930s who travelled the West Coast collecting folklore and oral histories and stories and shit like that, and writing it all down, but only in German. And also, while he was there, he also looked for, submarine landing bays and stuff around the West Coast. But we'll not worry about that. But it does mean that, as a consequence of his hunting for submarine bays, there's a wealth of fucking great Irish mythology and folklore in German libraries and not in the Irish libraries. So
I'm just looking for Irish culture. Don't mind me taking pictures of this.
I'm pretty sure that Jim's asking what's up. Don't think anything's up. I know Panzer was having issues, Jim, but he thought that's because his wife was on Zoom.
Who zooms?
Oh no, it's just WhatsApp. Right, it's not WhatsApp with Twitch. It's just WhatsApp Twitch copy. My blood pressure a little bit, but apart from that, we're not too bad. It's good. It's all good.
We've got drinks. We've got people stuff to look at. We are discussing politics for some weird reason.
Because Ratio hasn't finished beating this.
Yes, and we were talking about Fugu.
Yeah. So anyway, December 1st, came back to go, perhaps I'll use it, perhaps I'll do it. Don't care what you're going to do with it, as long as you fucking finish it and show us the painted miniature.
There's an echo from me. Yeah, I'm hearing myself from Jerry too. I'm guessing this is for some reason within Skype. Because I couldn't tell you where it's coming from.
I was going to say, your erection looks a bit bigger than it should be there, with all the stars in the middle, and then realised that's no better.
Yes, please don't make any Viagra jokes now. Pfizer is the good guy now.
Well, it's funny you say that. Apparently, one of the potential long-term side effects of the corona is it's either lowered sexual drive or impotence, but in males only. At which point, so Pfizer are fucking laughing all the way to the bank. You get their vaccine to prevent the Rona, or if you've got the Rona and can't get it up, then you're buying their little blue pill.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation.
Win-win.
Well, wind up to the next is The Watchers on the Wall by Foehammer 888. So, Foehammer, that rings a bell, but I can't put my finger on.
It's doing Deathwatch. Have my headphones come unplugged? No, because I don't actually have speakers on the setup. So it can't feed back from my side. The only thing I have is headphones.
I'm just checking.
Oh, you've set them off on one.
Is this better? No, I'm still hearing myself.
Bork, bork. Bork, bork, bork.
That's weird.
Anyway.
Yes.
So, yeah, Foehammer's been working through Deathwatch. Everybody's favourite Marines, because everybody's black. Therefore, you don't have to worry about painting complicated colour schemes. Everybody gets one shoulder pad and that's it. And
he's doing some green stuff work on the shieldings.
He's been doing bits and bobs on everybody. So yeah, the shield has had additional work done on it. So I think there's actually been quite a lot of the shield has been carved back, including some of the writing and other shit, so that it could then be split half and half, and then add the wings to make it a Raven Guard potentially. No, Dark Angel. The other white mate.
Painting wise, he's a talented motherfucker.
Yeah. He's a bit good, a bit tasty on it. Haven't seen a Mentor Legion done yet. I know that says it's Mentor Legion, but at the same time, I'm not seeing the owl on the shoulder pad, so I'm not counting that as Mentor Legion.
It's in the details. It's all in the details.
I know what the Mentor Legion look like because I have White Dwarf issue 96 where they introduced them, and I know what their symbol looks like. And it's not that fucking piece of shit that GW try and tell kids it is these days. It's a big bug-eyed fucking owl looking straight at you. Then you give 5 of them a targeting web and go pew pew pew. But yes,
fuck ton of bases, and the changes he's done to the models are very subtle, but they look good.
Yeah, I mean, removing
using
that big
the Necron, whatever weapon it is.
Yeah, a Necron scythe in place of the massive square cleaver just looks much better. It's beautiful. I mean, the fact that he's going for Deathwatch means you've got that uniqueness. So every squad is a composite of different people from different chapters, so they can all look unique. And then going, right, they can all look unique, so I'm going to make them all look unique and then run with it. So you can add giant bone-toothed club swords. You can add additional detailing to X, Y, and Z. You can put in people in robes who should be knight types, like the Imperial Fist looking like some sort of monastic fuck. All of these things can just sort of tack together.
I'm guessing if this ever gets finished, this will look astounding.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's a full army, because GWR, what's the word I'm looking for? I think it's cunts. Yeah, I think it's cunts. It used to be they could only have a squad. But like everything else, GW they look at it and go, well, then people are only going to buy a squad, and that means that they're not spending money, so therefore they should have fucking everything. So he's already done more than he ever needed to. The fact that it looks like he's putting a full army on the table just of Deathwatch is fucking insane. So
he has options.
Yeah, I know they released a whole. It's the same as when they released a whole codex for fucking Legion of the Damned. It's like, fuck me sideways. It specifically says in their fluff that squads appear randomly, help people out, and then fuck off. And the only person they've ever seen more than once reported across multiple battlefields was Centurious, the fucking sergeant. And then they go, here's a chapter, here's tanks, here's vehicles, here's fucking dreadnoughts for a bastard dead ghost army. Fuck off, GW, you massive cocksplats.
So they took a book from Battletech with the clans returning.
Oh, Jesus. Twitching now, be twitching.
Yes, we are on Twitch, you're right. Totally correct. And I'm not going to mention Battletech again. Hold on, I did it again.
Oh, well, you know. There's something to look out for. I think it's going out on New Year's Day. There'll be an hour-long interview with Ash Barker about Gamma Wolves, which isn't Battletech, but could be played with Battletech miniatures.
Didn't I hear something about that game more recently?
I don't know.
Somehow that rings a bell. I don't know if that was somewhere on Beast of War or somewhere else. But I might have stumbled across this.
It's possible. I wrote a thing about Gamma Wolves when it was about to come out, and they were giving away a free PDF type of thing a while ago.
Maybe.
But essentially, it's a giant stompy robot game, and it can be played in any scale you want, with whatever models you want. So if you've got Machina Kriegan, if you've got Gundam, if you've got Transformers,
Orc Stompers,
any of those work, you know. So.
Well, that should be an interesting read then. I think I'll need to look that up again. What was the name again?
Gamma Wolves.
Gamma Wolves.
You won't find a huge amount of background in the book. The book is 100 odd pages, and there's like 3 pages of story, because he doesn't want he didn't want people to go, I really want to play with this faction from Dust, but it doesn't fit your description of what that faction is. So it's like 2 pages of this is the Earth and the situation now, and then like a paragraph for each of the 5 factions going, this is what they are, and apart from that, fucking go nuts. So
well, that's the best way to inspire creativity into people, not having them restricted by any background or law.
I think so. Only 100 grenades, yeah. The most of the, I mean, I remember whenever they used to say only the Dark Angels had 100 suits of Terminator armor left. They were the only chapter that could equip their entire veteran company with Terminator armor.
And how many Terminators have you now?
And that's because, and that's why Deathwing was such a big thing. Because if they wanted to put 100 Terminators on the battlefield, they could. You just look at it now, you just go, oh, fuck it. Just, fire out whatever the fuck you want. Gives a shit. Why not have a Primaris wearing 2 suits of Terminator armor, one on his head? Yeah, we're seeing it. Well, we're seeing it more and more. These are all being published via Osprey, so they tend to be generic in basis anyway. So Gamma Wolves there's a fleet combat game coming in February called A Billion Suns, which is coming from the guy who wrote Gaslands, which was all about converting Mad Max cars out of Hot Wheels.
Yeah. So which was rather successful for a long time.
Oh, massively successful, hugely popular, great game, super simple. He's gone the other way with A Billion Suns. It's still generic, but by fuck, it's in depth for such a short book. You're going, wow.
Yeah, going on to the next in-depth, Moonstone.
Moonstone.com.
We have been here before.
Oh.
And I took the liberty to get to the page previous because the one that initially shows up has been watched by us.
Oh, that's very clever of you.
So, at the 6th of October, he has something new. I'm pretty sure Captain America isn't part of Moonstone.
Could be. You're not the boss of Captain America. Or, as we should say, Captain Puerto Rico.
Captain Murka.
1 star and vertical red and white stripes. He is Captain Puerto Rico. But yes, getting in there, I think he got a golden butt ding for the start of that page, quack and stuff, and having done the clever photography in his little
this
mini village setup.
Button. I'm pretty sure this won him.
I think he referred to that as both a Lloyd shot and a Jerry shot in one go. So that's quite nice. But I really like Josh's work. He's forever throwing really nice stuff out there because he's a cheeky bastard.
This thing is simultaneously cute and scary as hell.
Yeah, it's a pug. They're meant to be. Worse, it doesn't attack you, it just sits there and breathes really badly.
Have you ever tried...
And everybody's so stressed about whether or not the pug's going to fall over dead that they don't even attack it.
Have you ever tried sleeping in a room where a pug is? I
No, I haven't, but Fat Lad, my brother, has a pug, so I'm assuming he does.
I did that once when we were at a party at a friend and her pug was sleeping in the room where the guests were sleeping. And I lay awake the whole night thinking, oh please, either stop breathing or drop dead. Horrible.
I think their eyes are bigger than their brains as well, due to the inbreeding. Big orbs, tiny brain.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
An evil man doing evil stuff.
He's not evil, he's just showing the kids.
Showing the goods.
Do you want to buy some pots? Want to buy some pots?
Do you want some candy? And he's ripping a fart, by the looks of it.
It could be, if that's how you choose to interpret that.
Oh, well, raising one leg for no reason? What else could it be?
He's crossing the fucking rubble in front of him, you mentalist. I love grub. I love Grub and all of Grub's eyes in all of the myriad of ways they're pointing.
My eyes are up here. Which one?
Grub is not right. I think it's safe to say. Grub's got one of those classic Looney Tunes sprays, bug sprays in his hand.
Isn't that a bit weird having a bug, carrying bug spray?
Yeah, he knows his own kind. He knows where they need to be dealt with. I assume he wasn't like that originally until bitten by a radioactive bug. Now it's like, fuck the other bugs. And Shabaroom, man who would send Warren into fits.
Because?
Preaptic, because he's a shroom. He can't see one without thinking, penis.
Well...
That goblin's got a penis on its head. Penis.
There's a saying, small-minded people are easily to amuse. That's why I'm laughing all the time.
We would often say they're innocent. Oh, very innocent. It's our way of saying that they're
sweet summer child.
That type of thing, yeah. There, that dragon, the goblin dragon throwing flame belching thing with all the candles. That's a big, yeah. It's great. I fucking love Moonstone. They've released a goblin airship recently that looks like somebody's inflated a pig. It's fucking amazing.
So they were watching Pink Floyd and thought to themselves, we need that as miniature.
Not quite. It's more like they got a pig and put a tube up its arse. As just it's not quite as sedate as a dirigible flaring over Battersea fucking power station. This just looks not right at all. It's not right.
No, he's not stepping over the rubble. He's taking
He's stepping over the rubble.
No.
Look, you can see it there.
He's ripping a fart.
Fucking.
Next. 144 artist. Explores Lionese on my journey into Volsung. I think we have.
I've heard of this man before. Yeah. He looks familiar.
Let's see where we left him last time.
Scroll, you whore. Scroll like a scrolling thing. It was weird because as I'm scrolling through them, there was a couple that I'm looking at going, are they actually Volsung miniatures? Because I was looking at them going, they look not dissimilar to some of the miniatures that are going to be coming out for Gangs of the Undercity by Fragging Unicorns, which is their Shadowrun game. Shadowrun, but not really Shadowrun, but it's Shadowrun. Not as good as a Wingtip Blind Bat. Where are you? You're some sort of battle report.
I went to the very last page to see where we left off.
Jesus, I'm not going that far.
No. It's only November. Cats. Right. Battle cats. Kittens.
Say that. I wasn't paying attention, just kept scrolling the whole time. Anyway. Yes. There are indeed some sort of samurai pizza cat, ninja turtle cat type things going on there.
I think Tuffy has a stroke. No. What?
It could be a Spike Milligan line from one of his poems.
Well, you would have to tell me. I wouldn't know. I'm a uncultured bastard.
It's all right. Spike wouldn't remember either.
So what if 144 does it again? Excellent paint jobs. Did I mention I hate him?
Not loudly enough. He hasn't responded, although he may have had to go back to work. Day of the week, isn't it? It's Tuesday, yeah. He normally creeps in on lunch before he has to go back and herd the kids.
Suicide bombing cats. Whose idea was that?
I mean, if you release them into a market, it would cause an awful lot of panic because nobody knows where the fuck they're going.
They wouldn't go anywhere. They would simply lay down and sleep. They're cats.
Might not.
If you want them to run anywhere, you need to make it dogs. Also, dogs are not as missed. Oh, this is going to get me in trouble, is it?
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Oh, here's the
Wouldn't have
thing
thought
where
so.
we sometime left off. Probably. The
I
multi-shooter.
honestly have no idea where you are. Oh, you're way back there. Oh, Jesus.
Somewhere in the upper third.
I should be keeping an eye on you to make sure that you're doing it right.
No! No!
It's like working with Lloyd on a second day of the week. Just going to click everything. Don't click everything, Lloyd. Clicked everything. Where are you now? I don't know. I've clicked everything. I'd like you to go to here, please.
I
How do
opened
I
the
get that back?
vortex. I don't know how. How do I close this? This looks like a figure that would snap easily when dropped.
You know,
Or
the
is
bomb.
it metal?
Oh no, it could go either way. I have some Volsung stuff, and some is metal, and some is resin, and some were metal and became resin, and other ones are still metal. So you pay your money, you take your chances.
Too much talent for one person to have, I think.
I like the bomb dogs. The bomb dogs were a good plan. They just did it badly. The execution was poor. Pun not intended.
Be brave. Stand by your puns. Somehow this guy reminds me, apart from having white hair, of Moist of Lipwick. With the golden post office dress. Similar posture.
It does.
Those are some really weird sculpts.
Oh, you've got to admire Volsung for their just fucking insanity. It's just like, if you're going to do steampunk, lean into it.
Go
the whole
ham.
Yeah.
Don't half-ass it.
I see he's also been using a Green Stuff World type ruler as well.
I was just about to ask because
to do
the
the
base
bases.
looks a bit smushed. But then,
Well, you know,
but then again, it's a base. Who cares?
I like it because it's not a clean little disc. I mean, they do resin. They do.
They do-dos.
They do resin bases of their own, cobbles and paved and all sorts of things, and they're very clean, neat, 22mm round disc, blam, straight in the middle of that lip base. So I like the ones that sort of overlap and expand a bit more. So why not?
Gives it a personal touch. Next on our list then is Walk on the Warg Side by Tuffy. I'm hearing my echo now again. For fuck's sake, where's this coming from?
Cool.
Hold on a sec. No, that's not it. I'm pretty sure it's not coming from my side. I hope.
If you say so, chummy. The only place you're coming through are my headphones, because it's the only place you can come through.
Let's see. Maybe it's Skype doing weird stuff again. Oh, microphone. Or, wait, hold on a sec.
Reminds me, I don't know if you know this, Jim. The British trained seagulls to land on periscopes of submarines during the war. So then they would be able to spot the periscopes. And they did this by training them in the harbour with like ham and stuff on top of periscopes of British subs. The one failing on this was seagulls don't go out to sea. They're land birds. So out in the middle of fuck nowhere on the Atlantic, there are no seagulls to land on the periscopes that are bobbing around. That was a monumental waste of everyone's time and effort.
Yeah, I think military should restrain itself from invoking animals.
You know, It's bound to be good for a laugh, though. We had suicide bombing bats with their incendiary vests. That was America. We had the bomb dogs from Russia. We had the seagull spotting submarines from England. I mean, there's bound to be some other weird and wacky ones out there.
Oh, pretty sure. I think the Americans have tried to train dolphins to attach mines to submarines.
Like all the sugar gliders in Japan were trained as ninjas or something, all given tiny masks and tiny knives.
And all have been trained in the art of yelling, "Banzai!"
Pigeon-piloted bombs, I'd forgot about those, where they peck to self-correct. Yeah.
I didn't
People
know...
have an awful lot of time on their hands and a hatred of animals. I think is mostly how it goes. I think wars are only being waged just so somebody can fuck over an animal. Like, they're coming home from work and they get shot on. And it's like, you know what? All you pigeons are fucked. You're all going to be boxed and put into missiles and shot somewhere. Right? Who's been pissing us off recently?
You're coming with me.
Very much so.
I didn't know Tuffy was such an avid orc player.
Tuffy just collects all of the things for GW. It's just like a constant barrage of everything.
Is this a fire truck?
Red ones go faster. You know that.
Well, by that measurement, this one is lightning fast. I love the simple but yet eye-catchy color scheme. Make orcs great again. Orcs. Oh god, but how she keeps her brushes is pain.
Where are you seeing the brushes? Where are the brushes? Oh!
you found them.
Down. Oh yeah. I noticed there's like a cable there, like a USB, that I assume at some point is just dropped into the bucket with the brushes to electrocute the wall. That straightens the bristles out, while also shorting out the neighborhood.
But Tuffy, don't put brushes this way into your liquids.
Hey, maybe they're ship brushes. I have a brush that normally lives upside down it, but it's only used for putting PVA glue onto things. The rest of the time it's semi-submerged because it's fucked already. It was a Games and Gear brush, one of the shittest companies for brushes out there. If you have the choice between a Games and Gear brush or making your own with a cocktail stick and your pubic hair, I suggest you break out the scissors and start gluing your...
Pubes.
Sorry.
Tell it like it is.
Yeah, leave that now. Anyway, yeah, Games and Gear, though, they're shit.
I don't think I think I have ever tried them.
Oh, they're balls. They're so bad. If you want to know how I feel about it, go to Rubbish In, Rubbish Out's YouTube channel, and Viv backed the same Kickstarter I did and went off on one in a video about it. Just watch that. It saves you. It means you can rewind it as well and watch Viv swear at them.
Oh, speaking of brushes, did you see what Army Painter has done?
Is it these?
No, they've done a golden ticket.
Oh, no, it's not them.
And
I've got these from Army Painter, which is really weird. They're like little fucking makeup brushes.
Yes, because they are.
But whenever I started painting, we were always told to use flat brushes for dry brushing. And these are big fuck off round things. So I'm curious now as to what is better. It's like stripes or hoops make you look fat. Changes depending. Anyway.
Well, they put in a golden ticket like Willy Wonka did into their metallic range paints. And
right, I didn't win.
And if you find that one, you are eligible to a gold-plated brush.
Oh, nice.
And
sure, why not?
They showed it off in their promotional YouTube video, and it looked so bad.
Awesome. Hey, that's the Danes for you. They're not real people, really. The Danes. Sad, really.
Next up, Wall Song by Puntje.
Yeah, this one confused me.
Why?
Because I met him, and I was positive I met him at an Infinity boot camp and not the Volsung boot camp. But according to this, it was the Volsung boot camp, which is just very confusing. So
Maybe he was on both events.
oh, maybe, I don't know. Could go either way. He does play an awful lot of. He supports Ajax as well, so terrible. But yeah, some nice models. Again, more Volsung. This is Volsung heavy night tonight. That's like 2. That's everybody.
So we have got all players on Piece of War that are playing Warzone.
That we have captured 100% of the Volsung projects. Yes.
Isn't that a bit overkill on Gizmo's gadget on that little suitcase?
No, again, possibly a suitcase bomb. Who knows? Could go either way.
What's his name? Al Capone.
Yeah, I was going to give them their names, but then I can't remember their names. Are they over there? Skyla.
Burnett Vigil?
No, the
cousins?
The Skyla or Skilla or Scylla, depending. Scylla Black, hello.
It's a short project, that's for sure.
Yeah, because they're halflings. That's very heightest of you. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the fish. But yeah, they're mostly halfling gangsters. And hopefully there'll be more to come. I imagine there will be. He's done a few projects. If you poke Hearn's profile, you'll see them. He's done one on like the Batman miniatures, and he's done his Infinity ones. But there's some nice little sort of artifacts to pick out. Things like the drain cover under the Tommy gun wielding halfling, being sort of bronze and verdigreed up, and
looking old.
Nice gaming pieces. He does a good standard job throughout his stuff, and he gets through them, faster than I do anyway. Although I don't think he's painted Achilles for Infinity yet, so that's quite good. At least I'm not behind him on that one. Behind him on everything else.
Well, I'm not going to start saying on what I'm behind. There's too much plastic building up. And also, why the fuck did I win again? No, don't tell me. The one before...
Because you keep commenting.
And also, that video had a real low number of comments. 240.
217 unique commenters. I have a screenshot. Because whenever it came up, it was like, oh, nobody's going to believe that this was random. Screenshot. Because I use a random generator to pick out the people.
And here I am thinking you would make a print out of all comments and then just use a dart.
No, up until 2 months ago, less than 2 months ago, what I would do is when we were picking it, I would literally roll a dice, and it would go like, you've got X number of pages and then X number of comments. It was like 25 comments per page. And so I'd roll to see what page and then roll to see what comment. And then YouTube removed that. So it became one massive screed. So at that point I had to go to random.org and go like, 1 to 750 or whatever it happened to be. And then fucking count to it. And then discover the cunt hadn't subscribed. Wankers. There's so many wankers out there who haven't subscribed and could have won prizes, and I want to name them every week and go whenever we're doing the like, comment, subscribe, go. Unlike that shit from last week who could have won it because he was drawn first, but I ended up going to Tim again because he comments like a whore and he subscribes. Unlike you, Philip, you can't. But they won't let me do that. So thankfully then, like 5 weeks ago, I discovered that a YouTube comment picker thing where you put in the video code and then go remove duplicate entries, include responses to people's comments and blah, blah, blah. You can do all these different things, including like look for phrases like crocodile or color shift. And then just go fucking find me it, and it goes and plucks them out of there. It's good. It's great. I love it. So much easier than counting 500 odd fucking lines down on YouTube. For fuck's sake.
It's like I have told you about this before.
Oh, Lena told me there was a comic picker available months ago, and then she went and looked for it, and it wasn't available anymore. And I got really fucking annoyed and looked for one recently, and it just appeared. So clearly it had been fucked over and then reappeared. I noticed that YouTube were doing things like putting ads. Ads are trying to get past my ad blockers at the moment, which is very annoying. So I end up with like a white screen with skip. I still don't get ads, which is good because fuck them. I'm not fucking paying for your shit, whatever the fuck it is. Manscaping twats.
Yeah. Don't shave your pubes. Next project.
One entry per person, but not everybody comments on the video. And if you comment as a reply to somebody's comment, the comment picker doesn't pick it out unless it's told. So, whatever way they've set it up.
Next up is
Amanda. Eat an onion. Clean your pubes.
And she has done some nice pirates. I really had to restrain myself from clicking all the buttons way before, because this is on my watch list. We have been here 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's what they tell me. Seems like hardly any time at all.
We were here just in March.
With the creepy glowing eyes.
Yes.
Mm.
And she has done a whole crew, basically.
Yeah, there's a Galvy bucket of undead pirate types. Because sometimes you need to kill people up with undead pirates.
And not just by slashing them, but by shooting and slashing them.
Shooting and slashing.
And maybe even drowning them in their own blood. These really do. And I love the fact that she has not painted the chests brown, but algae green.
Well, you know, it's an unusual colour. I like it. Nothing wrong with that.
And it fits the tone.
Yeah. I mean, a chest is chest, so it looks a bit more interesting than just having brown chest on brown dirt. Yeah. Green chest on yellow sand. Great. We're all for that.
I'm
more black scorpion-y things.
Where she will take this project next.
I don't know if there's much more to come in the way of the pirates. There's an awful lot of 3D printing going on, which I don't know if we've seen those painted yet. No, we haven't. Not since they were printed. That's not to say they're not. I did, however, see an update to the Apocalypse Now mechanical scorpion recently.
Yes.
So that's being worked on. So I'll forgive pirates. They can fuck right off while we get the mechanical scorpion of death done. The mechanical scorpion of death is designed to help people, not harm them.
Next up is
Saga.
Irish Saga, to be precise, by Duck the Fuck.
Yes.
Oh, does he... Oh, do I need to scroll down again? Yes, I need.
Well, one of the most famous books about piracy is Rum, Sodomy, and the Lash. So I think you're spot on there, Jim. There's definitely some sodomy in there. I don't know where you've been. Oh, you've hit things. Oh, you're going all the way. Sweet. Oh. Yeah, Doug, the
we need to
I think we can
the weird sorting algorithm again.
If you must. I think it's safe to say Doug is, a slacker who barely puts paint to brush ever. So, he's managed to pull the finger out for once and get something done. So, all credit to him.
He's not doing much, no.
No. So he decided to do a Irish warband using the Dark Age Irish from Wargames Atlantic, which pretty much is a 4-point, maybe a 5-point warband right off the bat. So he used that as base, and then he's expanded it to an 8-point Irish warband, which is interesting for a couple of reasons.
I'd like to show the project, but the Beast of War is not responding.
Have you tried gently caressing it and telling it you love it?
Hold on a second. You dumb fuck work!
That might work.
What's in the
But
fucking box?
I imagine it's just everybody clicking on the link. Where was I? With the dumb fucks. With the Empire.
We were insulting...
Irish, yes. So he started painting this, 6 months ago?
July
5 months ago?
22nd.
There you go, so July. So 5 months ago. I started painting my Irish warband 5 years ago. Somebody has completed their warband, somebody has not. I will let you decide who has got there first.
Shall I throw a coin and see who did?
Could do. But
Standing
it's
upright.
nice because it started with it started obviously with the plastics, and then he's added other bits in to get up to the 7 points. So there have been some metals added and some other bits and bobs, including the High King of Ireland there, Brown Brew, which he's made himself. Those Levy are not Brown Brew. So it's nice going, I want this, I want that. Who makes one of these figures? Well, a couple of people do, but fuck it, I'm gonna make my own. So here is my old brew, which makes it something of a rarity, because anytime I see an Irish force on the tabletop with brew, it will either be the Gripping Beast or the Footsore model, the official, if you want to put it like that, models. So it's nice that somebody actually goes, you know what, fuck it, he doesn't need that. Only go for it and just do my own.
I think the main problem on that account is that most people don't have the time nor the energy to look for alternative models and stick to the things that are presented by the community.
Yeah. Lazy cunts.
Yeah, that's the short form for it.
Terrible bastards.
Hey, fuck you.
Terrible bastards. Don't worry, they'll all be dead someday.
Dead, you say?
Dead, I say.
That's
Doesn't
a
matter
terrible
what
thing
happens.
to say.
You know, it's great. Could be dead sooner. Don't have as much fun. Somebody went tearing through a roundabout earlier where they should have stopped, or at least give way, you know, make sure. And the person in front of them who was turning and had to slow down almost got them up the backside. And this fuckwit hammered on his horn as if to say, I'm speeding here. The fact I've almost caused an accident is your fault for, you know, slowing down to turn a corner.
How
And
dare you acting accordingly to street regulations?
I looked at him driving off and had a clear view of his license plate. And in the old days, what you used to do was you would contact the anonymous phone number, the confidential telephone number, and say that you'd seen them hanging around outside an army barracks, and then the police would go round and fucking give him a prostate exam and possibly blow his car up. You can't do that anymore. That's not an option. You know, so shame.
I'm not going deeper into this conversation.
I'm just saying, people who pissed me off when I was younger got an awful lot of uncomfortable visits from the armed forces.
This reminds me of a very bad joke regarding someone in prison when his dad writes, "Oh, I wish you could hear and help me in my garden," and then he replies, "Oh, Dad, please don't bother looking in the back part of the garden. Don't go there." And then the police shows up, digs up the whole garden, and a week later he gets another letter from his son. "By this time, the police should have been there and dug up your whole yard. I'm hoping this helps you with your gardening."
I've seen that. It's very good. I hope it's true. Probably isn't, but I hope it's true.
No,
But there's Brian. That in itself, that's worth a golden butt dig.
But he already got one for this project.
He's already got out, you know, fuck that. Because
Brian.
throughout it, he's been doing hand-painted shields. And then for Brian, he's went the whole hog. Really spectacular looking shield. And even has his own little altar as well to pray to. You know, there is like Bible,
The
cloth, everything laid out behind him.
The miniature looks stunning. The facial expression is really scary.
Yeah, oh, it's great.
Come at me, bro. How dare you?
I will knock your bollocks in.
I've got an axe with a long handle. I will split your skull.
Apparently, well, later on, the Gallo glass, the Irish who still used the Dane axe in like the 15th and 16th centuries, could apparently take the head off a horse with the Dane axe. They used them one-handed. Which is weird, because you'd look at it and you go, definitely a two-handed weapon. Apparently the Irish who got involved with them didn't really bother. They just rocked that.
Yeah, next.
Nah, it's not thick enough to be the Saga rulebook, which is only 34 pages or something. It's too thin. So yeah, well done, Doug.
Doug, we hate you. You've done...
No, I've pressed the wrong buttons.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Next project is Murder Hobo.
Yeah, little hello to Lorna and his
a
ever-expanding
small reminder
group
to the
of bastards.
community to read up on this.
Yeah, because it's an interesting thing. It's not just I suppose a battle report or an after-action report of their campaign as they're playing through D&D, but it's written as a narrative with little addendums in the middle where you get little, DM does such and such, and it's great to read through. You've got things like goblins or things like windmills, little aid memoirs or little bits of artwork to sort of give it flavour of what's happening, what's going on, and a massive porn cache on a paladin. And that in itself has got to be worth something.
Yeah, and I know I've said this multiple times. I really need to read up on this. I think I said this 3 times now. But reading on the monitor is so strenuous.
Oh yeah, it's terrible. But I mean, you have printers and work, don't you? Just print it out.
That's a point.
Yeah, it's what the civil service was for. Whenever I used to work for them, it's like, oh, I don't like to read on thing. I've got a 300-page rulebook. I'll just print it out.
Yeah. Also,
after all, I pay my taxes. Therefore, this belongs to me.
Also, if you have it printed, nobody can take it away, and it's still usable when you have a power outage.
That is true.
Bloody blackout. What are we? Some kind of third world country? If I ever get a hang of who is responsible for last week's power outage, I'm going to give him a firm talking.
Was it a specific person?
I couldn't tell you.
My somebody
guess is
crashed into a thing.
That's the most likely outcome, because at that time of day, not even Germans are working with heavy machinery.
That's true.
So, should we venture on?
Yes, let's.
Resolution 2020 by Dan Lee, a reoccurring guest on this show, shall we say? Oh no, we can't show this.
Oh no.
No, she's almost nude.
She's not nude. She's thick. 2 C's, no K.
No, but I actually we can't show this. You know why? Look at the lamp. He didn't clean up the mold lines.
Oh. Well, that's rude. Just go ahead and send that to me, mate. I'll fix it.
Mold lines all the way. I've seen his progress when he ever pushed pictures in the threads in the forum and on the Discord.
Yep.
And it has a very monochromatic feel to it, for lack of a better word. The way he's painting these miniatures, and I don't know if this is intentionally or if he plans on doing more with them. He's not in chat, is he?
No, not. Oh no, yes, there we go. Yeah, that is a modest Kingdom Death Monster model. You're right. I've got a bunch of the birds over there somewhere waiting for me to put them together. I mean, the Forge Nymph rubbing herself on an anvil. That's not right. Can't tell me that's right. What do you mean by monochromatic? Do you mean that
Well, usually if you have
it's a limited color palette, or
yeah, it's very very limited. Especially these last ones he did are mostly yellow and pink, and that's it.
yeah, but that's because it matches the artwork. I mean, look at the bird. I mean, he even put a black bar over the nipples.
He did.
No,
Where?
he did. If you scroll down
Oh.
and look at the nipply picture.
Shame. This is a show for adults. We need all the nipples.
Yeah, I mean, if you're copying the artwork and that's your artwork,
Well, if he had attached a black piece of cardboard while taking pictures, I would have found that hilarious.
hang on, hold the fucking phone. Is she having a piss? No, bring up the model again.
No, she's leaking.
It's definitely something all over her plinth.
I think that's one of the models from Goldfinger, freshly coated.
Goldfinger. Yeah, sure. Sure, she's dripping golden shower.
What
like
do
them.
you want from me?
'Cause they
Want you
they
to
have
die. Best line in every Bond movie ever.
So Goldfinger, do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Great line by the late Gerd Fröbe there.
Everybody's late in that scene. I like them. They are very evocative of the artwork, and at the same time, there's a fucking million figures because it's a board game, so you don't want to be getting hung up on all of them.
Yeah, that's probably right. Especially if you're not playing it anyway because of damn lockdowns. This tree has knots. Why has this tree knots?
What knots? Not knots. Maybe it's trying to remember something.
Could very well be.
They could be wasp things.
Or somebody left his dirty laundry.
That too.
Next up then is Hellboy. And
Where are we
things
going?
that go
Hellboy?
bump in the
What?
nut.
Jesus, got to keep moving. Don't know who's catching up.
Project by Uglip. Excuse me.
Lib, lib, lib. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Yeah, not the only Hellboy lurking in the project system. The other one is super comic based with really harsh shading and highlights and to match the style of the comics. This takes the color schemes but is a more traditional approach to painting, and I really like it.
Oh yeah, I remember this one here with his bathrobe.
A cheeky smile on his face.
I'm
Cheeky
not saying
fat
he's
Buddha.
looking like a sex offender, but he does look like a sex offender.
Is that a soap on a rope round his neck?
Either that or a bar of silver. Because I have learned if you have silver around your neck, onions won't stink.
Oh, that's interesting. Is that
No,
what?
actually,
What?
stainless steel. If you cut onions and you've got a piece of stainless steel and you rub your hands on that, that neutralizes the stink on some ionic level.
Wow.
Yes.
Heard it here first, folks. Most knives are stainless steel.
Fly.
Rub your hands back and forth briskly across your knife or cheese grater.
But remember, kids, along the road, not across.
Not across. Do something right for once in your life.
And don't actually do this at home.
Definitely, no, do it. 7 billion people. Planet's fucked. We need to off a few. If anybody's watching this and thinks that's a good idea, go with it. Because we're not going to miss you. You're not going to solve world hunger or cure cancer. Do it.
This is going to get us in trouble again.
It's not going to get us in trouble.
Well,
Walk into traffic.
these are actually nicely, cleanly painted. And this is not the project we have had a look at with where the big monsters had the different bases, is it?
No, it's not.
Ah, okay.
This is a more traditional style of painting, shall we say.
Looking at these, I got the feeling they need to trip over their own clothes.
Trip, float, could go either way.
Yeah.
They're like that.
Venturing on into the aerospace of Orkistum. So, Tathriak?
Yes, definitely one of those.
Does Aeronautica Imperialis, Orc bombers.
Orc, Grot, all of this. Dakka jets, the whole 9 yards. Really nice sort of explanation on how to go about painting your stuff to a decent level, good gaming level.
Yeah,
that is easily achievable by everyone, and there's a nice breakdown of how it's been done.
I like the fact that they go out of the way and showing the numbers on the color cans when which color has been used, so it's easily to get your own painting in.
Yeah, you say that, Lord of Zglek, but Jimmy Savile died some time ago, and I'm pretty certain people are still clicking every trip. So I don't think people are going to necessarily ignore the Green Cross Code Man just because Prowse is dead. However, I am saying they should find a motorway or at least a dual carriageway with a lot of heavy articulated lorries moving at speed, and maybe go and try and pick up some coins from the middle of the reservation.
Or try crossing the channel on foot.
That type of thing. Although, now I think about it, the fact that Jimmy Savile was encouraging children to lock themselves into cars via a seatbelt has a whole other level now, doesn't it really? Please restrain yourself on the chair, child. Don't move. You cannot run.
Is there some deeper meaning I'm lost on again?
Well,
let me guess.
Jimmy Savile was all for car safety and encouraged people to put their seatbelts on with the clunk, click, every trip series of adverts that were aired quite a lot. And then after he passed away, I discovered that he was one of the worst sex offenders ever. Spent an awful lot of time fucking children everywhere he could. So now that he's going to kids, definitely put the seatbelt on. Makes it harder to run away.
Yeah. It's like the old commercials from Bill Cosby. You don't want to watch them.
Jello pudding. I imagine Bill and Jimmy would have had a whale of a time together.
Maybe they had. Who knows?
But yes.
So this is how you paint your vehicles. But then again, they also did another tutorial on how to spice up your base.
Yeah, I know Warren hates the bases.
Well, they're not pretty, to be honest. Not if they're at this grey stage.
I don't really mind them, to be brutally honest.
No,
they are what they are.
Yeah.
But the fact that they've gone, well, they're supposed to kind of be like a radar heads up. So why not paint them like a radar heads up? And you get this cute little, I suppose, explanation and showcase on how you can do that. I mean, you could go further if you wanted.
I know I have seen somebody else do a similar thing, but the radar portion was a lot brighter and actually looked like it was an active screen. But I can't find them anymore.
I mean, if you want to spend the time, you could individually highlight each of the blips on the screen, or each of the quadrants on the screen. They've not. They've just gone, ink it, paint it.
Done.
Fuck it, move on. As that fat guy used to say, get on teletext. Seen it, booked it, fucked off.
So there's the project for tonight.
Jim fixed it so I could milk a cow blindfolded. That was on BBC Northern Ireland. Somebody phoned in after Jimmy had died and said to the presenter, actually, they'd phoned in and said this message, and the presenter read it out on air, and it was something to the effect of, I don't know why everybody's getting so annoyed with Jimmy Savile. He once fixed it for me to milk a cow blindfolded. I don't see why he's such a bad guy. And then they finished reading that. I went, well, you know, it's a bit of an odd request, but teach their own. And then later on, they had to come back on the same radio show and go, I'd like to apologise for reading that one out earlier. It was clearly some sort of prank to fool us. Oh, it fucking worked. You said it.
I need to ban someone.
Queef?
Whatever that fuck name was.
Queef 32,
Yeah,
42,
die,
1.
go to hell, take your maker with you. So,
You go to hell, you die.
this was the last project for today.
Yes.
We usually had a list of, what you call them?
Terrible bastards.
No, the other ones.
Similar to terrible
Indies.
bastards.
Indies that do more than miniatures.
Indies that do more than we do have a list of those. I'm not sure where we are on it.
Well, the top entry is Fugu.
Fugu! I suppose we could have a look at Fugu.
Well,
People
then,
possibly are unaware of Fugu.
if you're...
Ooh, it's pronounced Ooh. Fugu.
Yeah, and the Kickstarter is funded, as they have said.
Kickstarter.
I didn't look at what the last stretch goal was. They
Oven. I think they got up to 7,000 or 8,000 was the last stretch goal.
£10,912 have been collected.
Yeah, but the last stretch goal was like we had planned up to 8,000 and they passed that. It was like we're not adding anything else because I Firefox to them because often you will see people will go, oh,
Stumps.
we must add shit to this, therefore we will add stuff to this because people expect it, and then it goes, you know, off on one, cost too much, and blah blah blah.
£7,000.
Yep, I like it. Scatter's good. I like those tree stumps. I've got a ton of them somewhere. Some of them are even painted. Well done, me.
Yeah, so we're getting stumps and an oven with pottery.
Yep. With pots.
Even more pottery.
More pots.
And free with all in pledges. So this is not for me.
Yeah, don't worry. These are all for me. Pots and bags of stuff and melons. Look at the melons. Amazing melons.
Buy your melons here. Well, I was a bit baffled by the get your votes or replies in now so we can send you stuff when the actual delivery date was planned for April.
Yeah, I think it's solely for the EU people. I think he's put his head down and has been casting like a motherfucker to get them out there because I imagine anybody who gets one in Europe will not want to pay some sort of ridiculous tax when the incompetent fuckwits in London screw up the deal with the EU. Sorry, I mean, really good deal, oven ready. It'll be so simple to get, so easy. It'll be the best deal ever. It'll be better than being in the EU, but we'll be outside it.
Yeah. So since everybody is too late for the Kickstarter, you need to go to Fugu's page and take a look
Fugu! It's pronounced Fugu.
Fugu. They're great ranges of terrain, and if I had the money and the place, I would go mental.
Yeah, well, you know, teach their own. I have most of the historical stuff. He does need to buy or make some Brocks, but the Adobe set is excellent for Star Wars. You may want to look into that next year, you know, come birthday time. We're adding to Tatooine because even though it is clearly for North Africa, you can contact him and go, I'm doing this for sci-fi. I would like sci-fi doors. So he'll replace all of the wooden doors with metal reinforced doors, which look great. And the sci-fi set is very post-apocalyptic / orc.
Yeah, and let's be honest. When Star Wars was created, George took liberties and inspiration from wherever he filmed.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. The fact that all of these things were sitting in Tunisia made it so much easier than having to build them. Just glue some wires to the side and walk away. It was great.
Yeah, this is. I'm still annoyed by hearing myself, and I can't figure out why.
I'm annoyed by it too.
Let me try this once. Is my echo still here? No, I've muted the desktop audio for stream. Yes, I'm still hearing myself. Bloody hell, wherever that is coming from. Fuck computers.
And here you were, at the start of the day, you were worried that people would be annoyed by the fan running in the background.
Yeah, now I'm annoying myself with my own voice.
Awesome. Yeah.
Panzer, if it would be my head, I'm pretty sure nobody in chat would have complained.
That's true. That is true. Poke accessories before we go, because I'm nosy. What's in accessories? He does occasionally update this.
Oh, there's the... Oh, wait a second. Now I've got to look...
Look at that, Orky Glyphs.
Wait a second. This was a stretch goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's £4 on his shop.
Yep.
It's £5 as an add-on.
Is it? There you go.
Yes.
Well done.
You cheeky bastard!
Doesn't worry me. It's free to me. The key here is to back at such a high level that it doesn't matter what it costs.
The market stall is 5 on both. No, I'm not going to look further into this. It's his decision on how he's making money, and I'm fine with it. It just jumped into my face.
Coming right at you like Cleopatra.
Yeah, these are...
Nodding Donkey's nice. Especially if you need to fuel your car before Master Blaster comes and fucks you over.
Master Blaster, 2 go in, 1 comes out. Well, technically 3 went in. Or did I remember this wrong now?
2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Yeah, did Master enter with Blaster, or does just Blaster do the fighting?
I don't think... Well, that's true. In fact, they take 15% minimum, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I got it in my head that Master Blaster was the previous film and not Beyond the Thunderdome.
No, Master Blaster was in Thunderdome. He was in charge of the pigs under the damn city, delivering...
Bartertown?
Yeah, Bartertown, delivering methane. And a constant fight with Tina Turner.
Pass. Must just have sent Blaster by himself. Should just sent in the midget. To be brutally honest, seemed so much more fun.
Also, that would have confused the Mel Gibson character.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah, Jim is right. Master entered Thunderdome after Blaster was down. They don't make movies like that anymore. And
Well, they do.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Not often. Your homework is to go and find a film called Hardware.
I think I know that one.
The Terminator of the 90s. Released the same year that Terminator 2 came out.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a trailer on that.
Did it have a fat man perving over a bird in the shower? I don't think that's in the trailer actually, but it's in the film. We all walk the wibbly wobbly walk. We all talk the wibbly wobbly talk. Australian / South African. Notable for several things. Thing the first. Lemmy plays a speedboat taxi driver. And yep, that's the one where he finds it in the desert. And then Lady Terminator is fucking amazing. And then Iggy Pop is the disc jockey that you hear throughout the film. And as for the good news, there's no fucking good news.
Oh, see, there's Lemmy.
Lemmy, who as they get in the back of a speedboat, goes, "Oh, I've been listening to this old band recently called Motorhead. Ever heard of them?" And then slams in Ace of Spades into the radio. Going, "Yeah, sure, fuck it, why not?"
I'm pretty sure I've seen the trailer at some point because
some
images really look familiar.
You need to see the film. I don't know why it came up recently, but something I was doing made me look at the director to discover what else he had fucking done. And he hadn't done a huge amount, but he did the Color Purple Nicolas Cage film that came out recently, which is very good. And in between doing the Color Purple and doing Hardware, he wrote The Island of Dr. Moreau, starring Kil Valmer and Marlon Brando. And just before they were about to start filming, because he was director on that, he got the sack, and instead of going home from whatever fucking island they were filming on, he just ran off into the woods and lived like some sort of savage for 2 weeks until the crew found him and smuggled him back on the set like a fucking lunatic. So yeah, he's mental.
The design on this movie reminds me a lot of the...
Red Letter Media are amazing.
What were they called? Robojocks.
Yes. It's the second time I've heard Robojocks in a week. Maybe I should go back and rewatch Robojocks since everybody seems to be talking about it these days. It's very much the coming thing for 2021.
That's a movie I first watched when I was on language holiday exchange in England.
Wow.
30 years ago.
Was it punishment for something?
No.
The family didn't like you?
The thing is, in Germany, at the time, you could only enter a video rental service if you were 18 or older, because they also rented porn, so you weren't allowed in.
Right, so you couldn't go in like a bar.
No, you couldn't. You were not allowed. So
Oh my god!
When I was in England and I was 15 at the time, there were no such rules. So I went in and strolled through the ranks, and here is a VHS tape with a motherfucking BattleTech-like big huge robot on top. I needed to see that. I think I paid £1.50 for a 2-day rental.
Sounds about right. I'm just thinking because the video stores here, not only could you go in before you were 18, but you could rent porno when you were like fucking 12. They couldn't give a shit. Exorcist was banned, as was The Evil Dead whenever I was a kid, and you could rent them both from Scotty's video store. You just had to ask them, and they were under the counter, even though you shouldn't have them. Terrible, terrible copies that had done the rounds so often you could barely fucking see what was on screen. Yeah. But for people, 80s junkies out there, people who like Robojocks, there's a film called Turbo Rider. Turbo Kid, who plays a Turbo Rider. It is not an 80s film. It is called Turbo Kid. It's set in 1997, so it's filmed in 2015, set in 1997, but filmed and written as if it was a 1980s film where 1997 was the future. So it has a retro feel, even though it's a modern film. It's really fucking good. Turbo Kid.
That sounds like a headache.
Amazing. Oh, it's fucking amazing. A film from 2015. pretending to be from the 80s, set in the future of 1997. Amazing. Where it's
Grand.
post-apocalyptic.
Just
And
grand.
everybody, and because it's post-apocalyptic and nobody has any oil or anything about the place, most people move around the place on bikes, which is why Turbo Kid, who's a turbo rider, is on like a BMX. It's fucking class. Fucking amazing.
Well, on that joyful note, I would say we end this day because it can only go downhill from here.
This is true. Very true.
I thank everybody in chat for being here. I thank you, Jerry, for keeping time with it. I hope you're not held up your painting too much.
No, I primed a fuckload of stuff earlier, and technically I'm supposed to leave them a day, so...
I was noticing the booth in the background.
Oh, I've been doing so fucking much. This is what I did this afternoon. Ugh.
Holding things into the cabin and giving them a blast.
I don't know if you can see these.
Oh.
It's a few resin pieces for Frostgrave that all
Don't
need to be
drop them.
painted. All need to be painted like fucking wood. It's all barrels and bastard crates. The fucks. Except the stuff at the back, which is stone.
But
So-
that's not the official Cromlech stuff, is it?
That, oh yeah, yeah.
And I was thinking Cromlech only did MDF.
Oh well, don't worry. We've got fuckloads of MDF as well. No, they do resin and MDF because they do all the Orky figures and stuff are all resin. So so they do both. They do mixes. So yeah. So
We will be then looking forward to seeing the rest of that.
Yeah, I'll look forward to seeing it done as well. Yep, the weekenders this week may have, you'll just be, while Ben's talking about the news, you'll just see this in the bottom of the screen as I'm fucking dry brushing something. Going, I'm not stopping just to record, you cunts.
And I'm hearing Lloyd asking you, are you wanking?
Just go, yeah, yes.
Well, see you lots next week. Have a good
Tatty
night.
bye.
Bye.